It is showtime, the final rate my team of the year. Everyone's out of trades. everyone's cooked. So this one's gonna be pretty quick, pretty straightforward, guys. Look, I'll give you a quick run through of my side as well before we get everyone jumping in. So everyone, just if you are here, drop a message in. I'll pop them all up. But look, it's pretty quiet at this stage of the year, right? So my side here. I'm going a single trade at this stage. I'm going for Keanu Keeney from Scott Drinkwater. There's plenty of options there. I could go Dylan Edwards, a few other guys as well. 277K in the bank there with that trade. So I can basically go to whoever I want in terms of wing fullbacks. Can't afford Reece Walsh though. So for me, it's a wing fullback or a center. I'm thinking about Keeney right now. Roster looks good. I'm thinking Payne Haas is captain, but we'll confirm that tomorrow. In terms of the bench here, rock solid as well. Little loophole there. Munster playing that first game. Bit worried about Wishart on the bench there. And then Galvin as that other loophole option there too. So that's how I'm sitting. But let's have a look at some of these other teams here. So what do we got? We got CFA jumping in. Crossy, Phil Eel. Where's that rank now for Phil Eel? Keen to see that. It's ranked 62, mate. You've had a good season. If you could finish at 69, though, that'd be fun. And then little Josh Solo, good run here too. Noz, gonna do it. Casual baller, Triple H, roast. He wants a roast. Good, awesome. Ben, good to see you, mate. I think Ben, you're in the NFL league, right? So yeah, we've got a few NFL drafts going as well right now too. If you guys do want to jump into an NFL draft, it's just further down here in the NFL chat section. There's a few leagues we put together. We can put together more if people are jumping in, but should be super cruisy. Now, I'll hit the chat here quickly and we'll see who are the true diehards. About 13 people here. This is a lot smaller than the mid-season stuff, isn't it? So Tom asked, how do we get our teams rated for tonight? Because it's end of the year, all that sort of jazz. If you just jump into trade chat in the Discord, even you can pop your team in there. I'll review some of the teams in trade chat as well. Liam, good to see you, bro. Great grand final last week, 7 points in it. You've had a cracker of a season, though, mate. So I'm hoping for the best finish here for you and a great rank because you deserve it 100%. Then Noz, good to see you, bro. Triple H, let's go. Hopefully you won all that, all those leagues, and then Noz live looking stacked. Yeah, mate, 16 people. It's basically just a few of us in a room at this stage. I'm in a room actually with about 16 chairs, boardroom. So you could basically all just come here if you wanted and fit in. And then Triple H, good to see you. Dinah, Starboy, got 2 trades to use this week, mate. You're in a good ranking spot too, so that's going to be fun for you. There's a bit more chaos. You actually might have had a good rank rise this week, but you still probably should rise. About 70% of top coaches have no trades left. Watson, rather Luke Watson, Blake, or Jaden Braley. I trust Blake Braley 100%. So it's between Watson and Jaden. And probably Watson's the one you loop. Then would you go Keeney, Teddy, Noah, or Edwards? This is the big toss up here. I'm gently leaning towards Keeney as a fun option, but if you don't have Teddy, I'd say he's the best scorer of the group. Edwards against the Dragons is very attractive as well. So look, Keeney if you want to have fun, Teddy if you want to be safe, and Edwards in somewhere in between. Noah is also a fun option, but personally, I'm not keen on. I don't know. I liked Noah a few weeks ago. It's a bit late now, I think. I just don't like getting guys after the big scores, but yeah, all viable options. Keeney is your swing for the fences. Teddy's your really safe option there. And last week of Can't Come First, 5,000. Won all my comps, so screw it. I'm capping myself. Mate, GG. You want all your comps? That's the main thing, right? If you're playing head-to-head, you want to get those dubs. Think I'm cooked this week. Could be cooked. Scroll the way down for Noz. We'll get to yours. Edward seems to score better in hard games, not easy ones. Yeah. He needs his attacking stats, though. That's the big thing there. So, all right, I'll have a look here. So who we got? We got beautiful, mate. The plumber, the toilet man himself, Reece Walsh. Quality use of AI there. Now, CFA, righto, Uncle Longy. 1 trade left, pretty much anyone under 615K. Thinking Lomax or Keeney, but keen to your thoughts. Aim for max points. Trying to finish top 3K in year 2. It's a good spot. Think my loop is solid enough for what I have. Another fantastic year. Tuning in for advice, mate. Happy to help. Pretty please. Either way. Yep. Big fan. Love your work. Up the wires. Done it over last week. Yeah, look, Parramatta got that dub, right? Let's see this, though. 1 trade left. Anyone under 615K? So if you got 1 trade left, I'm looking for red dots. You can flick Drinkwater. That's probably the better play. I'd rather flick Drinkwater personally. Now, if you're flicking drink water, you can actually spend a lot more cash. So you can spend up to about 700K instead. In terms of who you go for there at that price, and you can go for any position up to 700K. You've got Tino already. Maybe a Trey Evans shot. Trey Evans could be a fun one for you. Keanu Keeney is out there. Obviously, we talked about him a bunch as well. Trey Evans, Keeney. You could go. You got Jack Williams there. That's pretty fun. Yeah, Jermaine Hopgood's a shout as well. I'm probably leaning towards Trey Evans for you, though. I think that's a fun swing for the fences type option there that you could run. So I'm going to say Drinky to DCE. Let me just double check Cherry's price because I think he's a good shout this week. Just, with a reasonably favorable matchup as well. His last game at Brookvale, most likely too. So Trey Evans, yeah, 662K. You can afford Drinkwater to Trey Evans. You can use Karaz and Hope to run some loopholes there as well. And you'll be in a great position. So that's what I'd do if I was you. Other options, you can go for Kalamatangi as well if you want to go Drinkwater to Kalamatangi, or potentially Horsburgh's out there. He's a fun shout. You can't afford Herb. I would love Herbie for you. Yeah, I think it's going to be Kalamatangi or Cherry Evans for you. So toss up between those two. I personally am leaning towards Cherry Evans for that massive, massive upside, but we've seen Kalamatangi with that upside too. So good luck this week. Rip into those trades and you'll be in a good position. And then Crossy, roast where necessary. He wants a roast. Hey, Longy, don't want to take up too much of your time tonight. 0 trades left. I have some tips for my team. 0 trades left. Thanks for all the help this year. Was able to win both my head-to-head leagues. I've got my best rank ever, mainly thanks to you. Mate, all you, mate, all you. All the best for the off season. Appreciate all the kind words too. And obviously, Crossy, thank you, mate, for the kind words. But a bunch of people have been coming through, comments, DMs, that kind of thing. Just sharing the love. And I got to say, it's awesome. Like we put a lot of work into this. Not just me, but Biz, Turtles, Fungy, Bergs, Monty, a bunch of the guys here put a bunch of work in. Jahu on Discord, like put a lot of work into this, right? So all the kind words we appreciate because we're all doing this out of love of the game, right? And we love fantasy sports and happy to share it with people who are new or, a lot of you guys are veterans and you're absolutely killing it as well. So, yeah, appreciate that's basically my way of saying thank you guys for the love. But in terms of this team here, let's go through it. So, Drinky is your loop. You got Watson, De Silva. I mean, there's not many choices to make, is there? Watson and De Silva, that's a fine loop. De Silva, you're probably not going to take De Silva's score unless Watson doesn't play, basically. Because De Silva's really, I'd forecast a 15-point game at him, maybe 20. There might be some attack on offer, but 2 points last week is very, very dangerous for a guy like De Silva. So look, your position right now with no trades left, you've got it set up perfectly, man. Rip in. In terms of roasting the team, look, Hosking, Karaz, Drinkwater, you got a few duds there, but a bit of bad luck with some of those guys. And look, overall, the roster actually looks good. You got a full back line as well. Having a strong 17 this week, guys, is going to put you ahead of the curve. So if you've got a strong 17, you're almost certainly going to move up the ranks. Now, Phil Eel, before I go into you, I'll just quickly hit some of the chat. What do we got going on here? So let's see. We got Kill 'em all. If you could afford Walsh, would you do it? Yeah, Walsh was a good option. Without Reynolds, he's absolutely killing it. The matchup's not ideal, but he's got a lot to play for. So I think Walsh is a good shout. You can go other ones as well. The other options we talked about, Trey Evans, Kalamatangi, Keanu Keeney, take a swing for the fences there, but Walsh's form is fantastic. BB, only the real ones here now. Yeah, 100%, man. That's why I paused all the memberships too. So I don't know if you guys all saw the messages, but everyone who is a member of the Elite Coaches section, I've paused all those till next year. There probably will be some price changes and that kind of stuff, but if you're a member now, you'll get that. You'll stay on the current price instead, so it'll stay a lot cheaper, which is definitely good. So a bit of love for you guys. Noz, yes. Got 0 trades left. Triple H here. Show up for the love of the game, mate. 100%. All right, let's keep rolling through these teams here. I won't keep you guys too long today. So Filial, roast my team. 17 green dots, 0 trades. It's about who to captain this week. Also, thanks for the tips and advice for my team this year. Long-time fantasy player. First year at TCA. I've had my best ever ranking. First time in the top 100, mate. Last year ranked 27,000. That's a huge rise, mate. Phil, it was so funny too. I always think of that time we met at that the Eels fan day. Just so funny meeting someone from Discord in person, just randomly. But cracker of a season, bro. Like rank 62 is an awesome spot. This roster looks good. The starting side is really, really strong. Like, that's a very strong starting team. Bench is fantastic too. Brayley, Katoa, Preston, Hines. These are all startable guys. You got Tarpanay, Karaz, Drinkwater, Bradley out. Mate, I reckon you're a chance at moving up the ranks, actually. So, look, obviously 0 trades left. Not ideal, but you got a strong 17, rank 6-2. I think there's a chance, if things go right for you, if things go your way and you get the captaincy right, good chance at top 50. I think it's possible. And there's a lot of teams, like seriously, 70% of the top sides don't have trades this week as well. Many of them are short players. So I think you're in a position where you could rise up the ranks a bit this week. I mean, Wishart, I just noticed him. He's not ideal this week, but he has potential to score some points in this one as well. So in terms of captaincy, we'll talk about it more on tomorrow's show, but Payne Haas, I like him. First game of the round. He is in a matchup against the Storm, where the Broncos really, it's a must win to keep the top 4 spot. The Broncos are missing some guys in the outside backs. Obviously, the starting halves, but also Shibasaki is out too. And the Storm are missing a lot of their middle forwards. So I think the Storm have an advantage on the edges. And I think the Broncos have that advantage through the middle, which makes me think they're going to run the game through that middle section of the field. We're going to see Payne Haas dominate. So I'm shouting out Payne Haas for a big game this week. You could talk about Terrell May as a viable option as well. He is up against the Titans. He killed them last time, playing big minutes right now in good form. Isaiah Yeo, if he was playing 80 minutes, would be an interesting option against the Dragons. Nathan Cleary, we could talk about him as well. If he gets a rest, bit of a dud. If he doesn't get a rest, he's actually one of the best captain options because the Dragons have been leaking bulk points. Outside of that, you could talk about Jaden Campbell and James Tedesco, these sorts of guys again. Decent matchups this week that they have. So obviously Campbell against the Tigers, Tedesco against the Rabbitohs, who are under strength as well. Blake Brayley against the Dogs, probably not the upside you're looking for there. So for mine, we're sticking with the big 3. Haas, Terrell May, Nathan Cleary. Or if you want to swing for the fences, you can do something crazy as well. But personally, I'm probably going with Payne Haas for my side. So, man, cracker of a season. I'm keen to see where you finish up. Make sure you keep me posted next week, and I'll give it a look. Little Josh Solo, evening, Longy, got a trade left and can bring in anyone. Any ideas on who? Personally, leaning towards Taylor May as his matchup against the Titans is too much to resist. Yeah, look, he's a good shout. But the other options are welcomed. This has been by far my best fantasy season, largely because of you and your great content, mate. All you guys. Like, seriously, I'm putting out the content. There's plenty of people who watch this channel who are sitting in, rank 15,000, 20,000, even further back than that. You're making the right calls. So I'm going through different options there. I'm sort of sharing my information, my view on it. Same as Turtles, Rob, Biz, all the boys. You're making your calls. So if you're sitting in rank 224, it's a better rank than me, mate. So you can't give me credit. But yeah, I'm just trying to give you credit. Like it's your win, man. Rank 224 is absolutely fantastic. Now let's see the team here. So we've got one trade, Kraz to Taylor May. I think it's a fun option there. I'm personally going for Keanu Keeney in a similar boat. I like the matchup, but Taylor May is a good shout too. Tough. Oh, here we go. You got a good bench, actually. So all green dots on the starting side. Bench, you've got AFB, Ben Hunt, both Lockie Galvin. Okay, Donahue, so you have actually probably more depth you need this week, actually. So who do you sit out is the big question. Probably just running that loophole at the end of your bench there, which should be pretty easy to do. I'd use Ben Hunt in that loophole playing that first game of the round. So, mate, cracker of a season for you. You should rise up the ranks this week if you can get captaincy right. Terrell May is a viable option there. But I would say for you, top 200 is pretty likely here, man. So, GG. I'm keen to see how that rank turns out. And obviously, we'll start looking at next year as well. Now, Noz. Oh, this is going to be bad. Who's the captain going to be? Jimmy Tedesco here. We've got Tarpanay as a red dot here. Got some green dots on the bench. Okay, so you're just one man short. It's pretty good starting side as well. No Tarpanay. Teddy is captain. It could work. He's had his big days before. But it's risky. Look, with 16 players, I don't mind a shot at a pod captain there. Obviously, it's a must-win game for the Roosters. They don't usually rest Tedesco anyway, so could be a good shout. There also is the risk that he gets, beat up in this one too. The Rabbitohs and the Roosters games are always very, aggressive sort of games as well. So there is that risk of injury and that kind of thing as well. But I think it's a fun shout, man. Look, cracker of a season. I just want to thank you too. You've been super active on the lives all through the year, man. So appreciate your support through the year, Noz. Now, let's get some chat. So, Dog Soldier won my head-to-head grand final with 11:23. Thanks, Long. Mate, 11:23 is huge. Cracker of a score. Did you guys see that score? I think it was 12:40. Best of the round. Absolutely absurd. Imagine if you were playing that guy in your head-to-head grand final. And then, oh, look, we're up to 22 people. This is we have low standards for round 27. Exact same score here for BB. Bravo to you, mate. Anyone got the Discord link? I'll drop the link in the chat right now as well for you guys too. So yeah, jump into the Discord. We've got some chats for NFL. We have one for NBA as well. It's a bit quieter, the NBA one, but NFL is pumping. Got some NFL fantasy leagues, more draft focused over there. Next year, we'll be launching some head-to-head leagues and that kind of thing in the preseason too. So what I want to do next year, actually, a bit of a plan I have, is to launch a league of head-to-head leagues and basically have a promotion relegation sort of system. So it would be, where you can move up the ranks and you can be, different divisions, that kind of thing, and you compete against strangers. And it's sort of a broader competition there, which is pretty sweet. So that was a wild score. Yeah, absolutely huge. I'll put the Discord link in there as well, guys. That's in the chat there. You can see. Can you have a very quick look at my second team and roast at the bottom? Mate, yeah, 100%. When I get to that one, I'll give it a geese as well. There aren't too many to get through today. So casual baller, mate. I'll see you later on. And guys, by the way, if you were on the Gun Society or Mid Ranger, or if you're thinking about doing that next year, shoot me a DM. I can give you more information for next year. But we have a call every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Basically, just talk through so everyone can talk on that call. It's usually about 20 or 30 of us jumping on, just talking about our teams, different decisions, tossing things up and that kind of thing too. So if you want to do that for next year, shoot me a message. I'll put you on the wait list for that as well. Casual baller, yo, Longy. I won't be able to make the call later. Oh, no. I have to play with 16 this week because of Haredi. Might be the worst decision I've made all season. That's a rough one. Yeah, because only twice I would have killed it as well. Could toss you top 100 finish. Yeah. You potted up. You potted up. Rank 90 right now. Look, Cleary is captain. I do like that as a pod captain for you. It's a tough one, though, because you obviously lose Karaz, Drinkwater as well. So you've had a few things go wrong here to cause that. Yeah. Look, team looks good other than that, though. Connor Watson, Nico Hines is a nice loophole at the end of your bench there. So you're in a good position with that loophole. I think that's the right loophole to run this week. I mean, you could loop like Eli Katoa or someone like that, but yeah, probably just don't need to. I would consider doing it though. Maybe consider an Eli Katoa loophole as well, just that first game of the round. Maybe move Eli Katoa into like emergency 5 there and move Karaz up into the interchanges as well, pressed into the starting side. And you could just run a really basic loophole with Eli Katoa, and you're probably going to take his score, and you could run the secondary loophole with Connor Watson. So that's something you could consider, man. But yeah, look, hopefully you stay in the top 100. That Cleary captaincy, that's going to give you a chance, and it either works or it doesn't. Fancy Triple H roast my team. Was so head-to-head focused, ended up with no center cover and no trades, but a finals win, mate. You got the finals win. That's fine. Pray for my rank. Just want to stay in the top 1K, mate. If you're head-to-head coach and you win your finals, you're in a good spot. It's rank 461. Okay. So you're about 45 points ahead of me right now. I'm ranked 600. So I'm going to be chasing you, mate. I'm hoping that you fall about 45 points so I can overtake you. But let's see. Payne Arce's captain there. You got no center, but other than that, it's a very strong starting side. Hines, Munster, Donahue, and Gus Crichton with a Galvin loophole. Fantastic. The fact they're resting Jed Stewart is just such a bit of bad luck for you. that's so BS, because if that didn't happen, I guess it wouldn't help you. You don't have the center, Jules, but yeah, it leaves you in a tough spot. Look, mate, you won your head-to-heads, though. So I think you're a good chance of staying in the top 500 if your guys fire. Because you have a lot of guys who can pop off. You just need your boys to fire, man. So I know that's not much of a roast. I actually think the team looks pretty good for this week. I think you are a chance at staying in the top 500. Ben, hey, Longy, one trade left, plenty of cash. Need either an edge or a center for this week. Planning on getting Lomax and maybe swapping to Herbie later if he's confirmed playing. And the other option, in my eyes, is Keon, unless you think I'm missing anyone. Yeah, look, Keon's a great shout. Lomax is a good shout. Herbie's obviously a good shout as well. I like Lomax against Marzu this week, but Herbie and Keon have that fantasy pedigree. Rank 121, pushing for top 100 this week. Let's see this. So, look, Drinkwater to Lomax, that's a real pod move. And 500K in the bank is crazy, eh? But Drinkwater to Lomax is a good shout. If you can go to Herbie, that's obviously better. You have the ability to reverse that trade right to the last second. The key here is just make sure you leave Lomax, Drinkwater, Herbie, all these boys on the bench, right? Leave them on your bench here, because if you accidentally put them into the starting side and then Karaz locks out, you actually won't be able to reverse that trade. So that's the one thing there. Just make sure you keep them on the bench there and looping in. If you can go Herbie, mate, that's the kind of move like rank 121 to make those rises, especially with Wishart in the team. You're going to need some pretty crazy stuff to happen. So Herbie's one of those guys that gives you that chance at a crazy score. The other option, I mean, you only got the one trade. So as much as I love Keon Kalamatangi, oh, you got Bofema there. Okay. So you actually don't need the center necessarily. I mean, Herbie's great. Kalamatangi is great. Kalamatangi plays that first game of the round, though. So I think you want to keep your options open for Herbie. That's what I'm going to say. Up against the depleted Canberra side, keep your options open there. Herbie might play. He might not. Depends if the Roosters win or lose. Yeah, but by the time you know that, Kalamatangi will have played. So I'm going to say play for Herbie here. Play for Herbie. Run that low max option there as well. And whatever it happens, happens basically. But either one is going to be a pod for you. Most people can't afford Herbie, and most people aren't jumping on Zach Lomax. So I'd say that move and ignore Kalamatangi is my shout, but mate, it could be anything this week. Then Asate, any tips on the loops, brother? With the chance Aitken can play, it's quite unlikely, isn't it? One last ride. Cheers for the year. Roast my team if you want. Need to hear it, mate. Been a good ride with you. So Tarpane red dot, Karaz red dot, mate. More red dots than an Indian market going through this team. Then we got Watson, Hines, Galvin, Turbo. Okay, so you got Tino and Yo there, right? So if we bring Yo and Tino into the starting side, Turbo into the team, mate, you're rock solid. With you and Aitken, oh, you got Tomoko there as well. I mean, Aitken plays pretty early in the round. So if you're planning to use Aitken as a loopholer, what I would do, because Watson is basically your weakest player anyway, I'd probably put Watson in emergency 5, right? If you put Watson in emergency 5, then Aitken in interchange 4, then you have that flexibility to run that loophole there. You're probably not going to take their scores. It's probably Watson, Galvin, Aitken that are in that sort of loophole tier for you. I guess you could use Tarpane or Kraz your loophole as well. It's probably the better option there. So you probably don't really need to use Aitken as the loophole. Better to use Tomoko and those guys as well. So if it was my team, I would move Yo into the starting side for Tarpane. I would move Turbo into the starting center spot for Karaz. I'd move Tino up into the bench there. And then I would move Tarpane into interchange 4, Watson into emergency 5, and Aitken or Tomoko or one of those guys into emergency 6 and 7. I'd say that's the shout for you, man. So, mate, team looks good. It actually looks solid. I thought it was going to be much worse when I saw all these red dots on the starting side. Yeah, I know you're in a good position, man. Now, Mitch, before I go through Mitch's team here, great rank for Mitch, by the way. He's primed for a good finish here. I'll just quickly hit on the chat. What do we got going on in chat right now? How about we make it head to head with everyone in this life? Mate, yeah, we could. We definitely could. If you want to create another league, just pop it into the level 1 cheapy channel or into trade chat or something like that, and we can all jump in there. Asate, mate. Thank you, mate. For the year, great year. Tom, I put my team recommendations in trade talk. Awesome. I'll jump in there in a sec too. Philip, any idea for an NRL fantasy moving forward? Is just to give everyone one trade for the final round, keep the interest till the end. Mate, could be a play. Could be a play. Keep everyone rolling, but at the same time, you want to have that risk and reward using your last trade as well. Mitch, roast up. Cheers for a great year, mate. Rank 23, great spot for you. Green dots across the board. So starting side looks good. Jordan Ricky's a big pod, and Williams a pod as well. Right, so we're one man short. Okay, it's going to be tough this week. Look, a bit of bad luck here with Fogarty, Tarpane, Karaz, and obviously Drinkwater and Garrick already expected to be out. Team looks good though. You can go Payne Haas. Payne Haas is my captain this week as well. I think that's the best option. That's where I'm leaning. But if you want a pod captain, I think Cleary's going to end up being a bit of a pod captain actually. So he could be a shout as well. Look, it's between sort of Cleary, Haas, May for the serious captain call this week, and then you can swing at the fences with some pods as well. But yeah, look, mate, it's been a cracker of a year. 16 players left. Have a look at the teams around you as well. I'm hoping you crack into the top 20. You'll need a few things to go your way, like Jordan Ricky to have a massive game. Noah Tuase to have a massive game as well. You're going to need a few of the guys that you don't have to go a bit quiet as well. And obviously, you need Connor Watson, Jack Williams to have big games too. Jack Williams against Newcastle next to Dylan Brown could be pretty good though. So I actually think Jack Williams is due for a big game for you, man. Then Nas, teams very, very bad, always losing, only one good player. Oh, mate, this is a glorious roster. This is beautiful. Obviously, the halfback spot, you've messed up there. But other than that, what a stunning side. Who's your captain, though? You got to set a captain this week, bro. And then Peter Jackson, roast, oh, master. 4 send-offs in the Eels game coming up. De Silva, 100. Let's go. This year is cooked. Go the Bears, mate. Bears are going to be good. I'm keen to see them start signing some players. Yeah, De Silva is captain. I see that. I see a little orange circle around him. That's disgusting. Rest of the team, though, looks pretty good. Obviously, Rodwell's a red dot there. And Katoa Clark. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. You copped it, man. You copped it deluxe at the end. Like Hudson, you got all those Raiders as well. Oh, mate, you're gonna tumble down the ranks. I reckon probably not in the top 1,000 by the end of this. This is a mess. This is a mess. But look, have some fun this week. Take a swing at the fences. If I was you, I'd captain Cleary. I think he's got that upside. That's what I'd do if I was you. But mate, you're in a tough spot. Now, I'll quickly hit a few, see if anyone jumped onto trade chat as well. Here we go. Parnell, 1998 from the chat. 2 trades left plus 139K to spend. Any recommendations? So rank 3,000. You're in a pretty good spot there. 2 trades left is actually a great position for you as well. You got a lot of green dots, pretty much all green dots here. So really, it's going to be Fogarty and Drinkwater you sell. You're looking to swing for the fences. That's the play here. So if you're selling Fogarty and Drinkwater, maybe like Herbie Farmworth and Keanu Keeney, something like that. Like that's kind of where I'm leaning. Give yourself some upside there. Both guys who can crack out 100 plus on their day. So I'd go Herbie Farmworth, Keanu Keeney. Go for Cherry Evans, someone like that too. But I'm going to go Herbie and Keeney for you, man. I think that's probably the shout. Now, let's see the chat. See, because we've got through all the teams here. Lachlan James, hey Longy, how are you? Mate, doing pretty good. It's back end of the year, so I'm just sort of planning ahead to next year now and planning some off-season content as well. We are going to do a bunch of international footy content too. We've done a bunch of that in the past, and it usually goes pretty well. So there's a Pacific Cup, Pacific Bowl, the Australian Tour of the UK as well. That'll be good. We'll make some content around those teams. I love international footy. I'm keen for that to sort of really kick off, and it's starting to. It's definitely starting to. And the downside is Australia gets worse, as players move away from playing for Australia. But that's good for international footy. So yeah, keen to hit in that. And Teddy Pod captain, brutal. And then who are your top 3 trades for round 1 next year? Mitch Moses is a good option. Keanu Keeney is a fantastic option. Reed Marnie will be underpriced as well. There's guys like, we could take a shot at potentially Jeremiah Nanai or someone like that. Will Panasini is at a good price. Kellen Ponga, fantastic price. There's a bunch of options, man. So for next year, we're gonna be spoilt with those mid-range options, and I'm probably gonna fill up my team with a lot of those guys. So yeah, keen to rip into that. NRL Nos, can fantasy add a friends list where you can view your mate's team like it's yours? Good idea. I'll pass that on to them and see if they're interested in that. Otherwise, I might give it a look too. Aussie, just put my team in 6 p.m. channel. Nice. I'll give yours a look in a sec as well. Xeon, for the rest of my team as well. When it sends to Trade Talk, man, I'll give you a look too. And then needs to be international fantasy. Mate, we could possibly do something. I'll try to do something. I'll try to have a think about how I could make some sort of game for us for international fantasy. Yeah, I'll try to put something together. It'll be pretty hacked together, but it should be fun. So keep me honest with. Just follow me up on that one. Actually, I'll try to do it. Trelly, 2 trades left, 60K in the bank. Any advice? 2 trades left, 60K is pretty good, man. So yeah, look, starting side looks good. Bench, you got pretty good loopholes there as well. You're probably going to be flicking Wishart and Drinkwater, I would say, because you want to keep your loophole options there as well. So if you're flicking Wishart and Drinkwater, you've got 60K in the bank. I mean, you could just take a swing at Herbie. That could be a shot you take. Keanu Keeney is a guy I like as well. Trey Evans. Like, there's a bunch of guys you can go for. Herbie Farmworth makes a bit of sense to me for your side, actually. You could also take a shot at, Sam Healy potentially for the Warriors if you want a cheaper option that you could bring in. Billy Burns, a safe little cheap option there too. But if you could afford Herbie Farmworth and Keanu Keeney, that would be ideal. So that's what I'd try to do there. I think it's just an upside swing, man. That's the play there. Rank 402, though, mate, you're in a great position to rise up the ranks. Like you could be top 200 by the end of the round. Like that actually could happen for you. And then for level 3, let's just see. Cool. I'll just check that. So Aussie, last one here. Roast my team to get into the top 1K. So 1135. You've got a bunch of green dots there. You're in a good spot there. King Tongia. Yeah, okay. Okay. So do you have any trades left? Doesn't look like you have any trades left. Look, Haas captain. I like that. Your team looks good. You need King Tongi to perform, basically. That's your big one there. You could run a loophole here. You could move King Tongia, swap him with, Drinkwater, for example. It's probably worth doing. You're not going to run De Silva. You're almost certainly not going to. But if King Tongia scored like 2, you might run De Silva. Get 3. But yeah, I just swap that loop around. Otherwise, it looks good. Payne Haas is my captain too right now. So mate, you should be in a good position here. Hey guys, I think that's all the teams there. So I'll just quickly hit on the chat and see if there's any other good questions before we wind up. So international fantasy, we'll try to do that. Moses, terrible fantasy score for how much he carries. Yeah, this year he has been, but he's been a good scorer in the past. Herbie and Owen Paddy. Yeah, Owen Paddy's actually a great shout as well. If you can afford that, that's a really good option. Trelly, Loop, Wishart, not Watson. And then, oh my God, Sam Healy. Yeah, look, Owen Paddy is a PPM machine, so he's probably the shout there. It's a double loop, Noz. So we'll take the best of the 3. Yep, good shout. No trades left. Oh, Zion. Double loop. So 29 minutes. Yep. Keen for our fantasy league to start. Looking good after draft on Monday. Yeah, we got a few NFL fantasy leagues going as well, guys. So look, that's pretty much everything for Rate My Team this week, guys. So we'll have the show tomorrow as well, Thursday show. We'll go through locking in captains, all that sort of thing. That's always a fun one. I believe I've got Turtles and Fungy for that one too. So full roster back. At the end of the season, we'll do like an award show as well, like fantasy awards, worst trades, all that kind of thing. So keep an eye out for that, either on Instagram, so at Casual NRL on Instagram, or on Discord. You can get your votes in too. So I'll get some crowd voting on those as well. Well, otherwise, been a cracker of a year, guys. So again, I've been saying this on every video this week. Getting a bit nostalgic though for the year, but thanks for coming along on the journey and being so engaged and hanging out all year. It's been bloody fun. Also for next year, stay tuned in the preseason because we're going to have some really good leagues and competitions and that kind of thing. And if you join in the preseason, you'll be along for the ride for the whole year. So stay tuned in the preseason. That's going to be the big one. Jump into the Discord in the preseason. I'll be posting a lot of announcements in there, and we'll be ripping in. Nice wants a room tour. You want a room tour? Okay, I can show you. I'll show you the room tour. I'll just sound quality is going to go down here, but this is a boardroom. This one. So I'm actually thinking of doing some film review sort of stuff there with that TV as well. But yeah, next year I'm going to do some interesting stuff with the studio as well. So I want to build a custom studio and do some crazy lighting. Okay, guys, look, I'll see you tomorrow. So last one, last show. Thank you for jumping on. Peace out, guys. Good luck this week. Rip into those trades if you have any trades and get your captain right. I'll see you guys. Also, live game threads. We'll still be doing those too. Cheers, guys.